Hello guys, and welcome to this video. Today I'm pretty excited to show you what's in this box. This is the latest Seiko 5 Special Edition Arabic dial. First time I'm looking at this properly. I've had it in the box now for a couple of weeks. Just been busy doing mods and other watch reviews and so on, but I'm really excited to see this properly, do you a review, and then of course modify it. Now I've got some mod parts already for it here. And of course I'm going to show you the before and after and explain the process a little bit. So let's dive in. Now I believe this is actually a Kuwait special edition. I could be wrong. I think it's either Kuwait or maybe Bahrain. Either way, Middle East market. This is a 40mm new Seiko 5 Sport style Arabic dial watch. Now this one, it's a bit hard to show you on camera. Let's see if I can get it over here somewhere. Yeah, there you go. You can see it's got a gorgeous green sunburst dial. Let's give it a wind. Of course, no screw down crown on these models. These are 40mm Seiko 5, I believe they're still referred to as Seiko 5 Sports, but these are also referred to as the sort of DressKX models. Let's put the hands in a nice position so you can see more of that lovely rich green dial, and they've adorned it with these rose gold numerals, of course in Arabic or Indo-Arabic, I believe. So yes, rose gold color hands as well, slightly different color I believe to the numbers, a bit more yellow. In fact, would they be yellow gold hands? Possibly. But either way, definitely rose gold numerals, rose gold Seiko logo, the little 5 Sports badge, automatic, and you've got the chapter ring. Interestingly, they've got a loom pip at the top of the chapter ring. Now, I've seen them do that on some models, but not all, so that's probably quite a special one as well. Of course, Arabic Day in there as well. And so yeah, I've reviewed and modified the SRPE model. Now this one's got a slightly different name, SRPH49K1. Now, as far as I know, there's 3 of these Arabic dial factory Seiko 40mm, sort of what we'd call an SRPE model without the rotating bezel. There's this one. There is this lovely grey dial, which is apparently quite rare, so I'll definitely be trying to get my hands on one of those. And there is this quite bright blue and gold dial as well. Okay, so I'll leave you the references there to have a look at if you so like. So let's get these stickers off and have a proper look around what you get in the standard watch. And then I'll be showing you how I take this into this. Now this is my final outcome of the modified version. As you can see, we've got some rose gold Mercedes hands on there in place of the originals. The biggest difference is probably this lovely domed crystal, and it does have a little bit of blue AR as well, so you can see it sort of dance in the light around that edge there. There's a slight beveled edge all the way around, but the crystal is double domed. Just feels and looks a lot more premium than its original price dictates, of course. The other change I made is this bracelet, which is now solid end link, screwed links, and best of all, it tapers down. So this automatically just turns into such a nice little watch. It's not big, but this will fit most wrists really, really well and stand the test of time. I think that dial and crystal combo is just awesome. So I didn't go too far with this one, but you can see the difference hopefully between this and the original watch. Let's head back to that original watch just to complete that review, and then I'll take you through how I built this one. So here's the base watch again, and let's have a look, proper look around it. So as I said before, 40mm across, definitely smaller and slimmer, notably slimmer than the typical 5KX or SKX 007 replacement models. Flat mineral glass, but we're going to do something about that. You've got this polished bezel, this plain kind of, what you might call it a field watch or pilot bezel, but either way it's just plain polished, pretty flat. It's got a little bit of an angle on it there. Crown is unsigned and of course non-screw down, so you can wind it. Case profile is really nice actually. It's a simple curvy profile. It reminds me a little bit of an Rolex Oyster perpetual sort of shape. Sweeping lugs, a little bit Seiko 5 as well, but definitely a nice case shape. They really nailed it with this case shape, I think. We've got it on what they would call, I guess, the Oyster style bracelet. However, I also have a better Oyster style bracelet here, and I'll tell you exactly why it's better in a minute. But yes, this real star of the show here is that dial. So I'm not going to do too much in terms of modifying the rest of the watch and the look, but I am going to make some little adjustments. And my first thought was actually this looks a bit like the Alpinist, and I could have actually made it look even more like an Alpinist with the hands and so on. But I decided against it just because I couldn't get the hands in the right color. You can get Jubilee bracelets as well. This standard one, here's my problem with virtually every Seiko bracelet. There is next to no taper. I believe this actually, trying to work out now, it looks as though it tapers ever so slightly at the very beginning, but you know, the clasp is pretty much the same size all the way. So that's a little bugbear of mine with Seiko bracelets. I really don't know why they don't just taper them. It can't be that expensive to do, and it would really make a big difference to how the watch wears, especially on a bigger wrist. But underneath, let's get that off a second. Let's unhook this. So clasp is very simple, fold over stamped metal clasp, nothing special here, but then again, you don't really expect much from standard Seiko 5 bracelet. A little bit rattly and a bit tinny. 2 holes of adjustment only, which is a bit odd, and no special features in there. We've got hollow end links, of course, as expected, and we have the 4R36 movement inside. Now that is a really good thing, because really, if you really like this watch like I do, and you're planning to modify it, there's not much you need to change to really make it feel a lot better. The biggest change is going to be this bracelet. I'm also, as I mentioned, going to change the glass to this Watch and Style double dome sapphire crystal. This should, I can't remember if it has blue AR or not. I think this one should be clear. I'll have to check. But either way, there is a new crystal and it's domed. I don't want to take it out of the packet yet, but you can see there it's just curved, so it just makes this really nice over the top, and it just feels a lot better as well. I could have changed the bezel to a fluted bezel as well, but I decided to keep this one fairly plain, in contrast to the last one I did before, and I'll put the link in the video to that other SRPE mod, which I made look like a DateJust with a Jubilee bracelet and everything. The other thing I thought I would do, just to have a go, is changing the hands. Now I'm quite pleased I'm doing this now, because as you can see, if you insert angles, it definitely looks like they've used yellow gold hands and rose gold numbers and everything else. So here we have, again, from Watch and Style, and Watch and Style is one of my favorite suppliers, although you can get these parts elsewhere, and I'll drop some links in the description. Let's see if I can pop one of these out very carefully. In fact, let's get them all, get 1 or 2 more out. I'm just trying to lay it out so you can see it. There we go. That is a rose gold Mercedes hour hand. I'll just drop that there for a second. We've also, of course, got the minute and seconds to go with it. So you'll see that on the final outcome. I think the color is going to look better, and also that Rolex sort of style kind of goes with this, a bit more of an Explorer DateJust sort of style watch. It's not for everyone, but of course I like it. They're quite popular mods that people ask for a lot. Next is the bracelet. So this again is from Watch and Style. Now the last bracelet I got from one of these was from the Mods, and they are good. They're, as far as I can tell, exactly the same. They're about the same price as well. Perhaps Watch and Style is slightly cheaper. Straight away you can see the difference in taper there. I'll compare it to the original clasp in a minute. What I like about Watch and Style particularly is they don't sign the buckle. They do put their little logo just there underneath, but they don't do anything with the buckle, which is a real, it can be a deal breaker for some people. I do like to just have a plain bracelet. So if we compare just the clasps on these, I mean, I know this one's got the plastic on it. So let's put that in a better position. You can see noticeably smaller and slimmer, and 3 holes of adjustment here. And of course, this one is all milled as well. So even though it's got the plastic on there, I can already feel that the quality is so much better. And that is not an expensive thing to do. So if you watch this video, you like this watch, you can go ahead and buy one of these on Chrono24, for example, eBay. They will command a premium because they are a little rare and hard to get. But just by changing the bracelet, I think you're going to have a good time. So there you have it, guys. That's my overview of this model. Let's remind myself what the reference was, because it was an unusual one. It's the SRPH49K1, and here comes the modified version. We're back with the modified version now, and again, hopefully you'll agree, this has turned out beautifully. This is probably one of my nicest Arabic dial mods I've ever done, and I've done a lot of them. I'm so happy that Seiko released this dial and this base model, and I'd be really curious to try the blue and grey one as well I mentioned before. But it's hard, it's virtually impossible actually to show you this on video. If you get a chance to feel a modified Seiko compared to a standard one, you'll see exactly what I mean. They feel 10 times better. So if you're in Dubai and you're interested in this watch or this design or something similar, please let me know at Seikomodsdubai on Instagram is the best way to reach me, or drop a message in the comments and I'll get back to you as well. So just going over the key things I learned through doing this. Well, firstly, the crystal is really quite easy to replace. All I did was take the case back off. It's still original case back, of course. Take the movement and dial and handset out. I took the hands off the original movement and replaced them with these ones. Now these are the rose gold color Mercedes hands. So you can see that they've gone for this more kind of slightly more pink or more beige kind of color for the numerals. So you're not going to be able to match the color that well, although I do feel like these hands do match the numbers a little better. Also, the crystal, quite easy to sit in. It actually goes into the bezel. No need to remove the bezel. I've seen some channels mention that. There is a little gap, if you can see it just down there at 12 o'clock, where you could fit a tool and remove the entire bezel, which takes the crystal with it. But I think that just overcomplicates it. Easier just to put it in from the top as normal. The chapter ring is locked in between the crystal and the case. So if you want to change the chapter ring, you have to take the crystal out or the bezel off anyway. Now, this strap, this is, well, aside from that gorgeous crystal, I can't stop looking at it in this angle and in the sunlight. Here's a picture of it actually, or a little video of it dancing around in the sunlight outside. But the strap is awesome. It's so much better than the original Seiko version. It is obviously an oyster style. It's got a milled clasp, which isn't, you know, the best or biggest, especially this part. You can see I've just played with the adjustment a bit there. But the fact that it has solid end links, it fits the standard spring bars. You get some extra spring bars with the bracelet as well. That's from Watch and Style. Subtly signed there. And you've got screws for your links adjustment. It just feels and operates so much better. So this one will be offered for sale on my Instagram page. If you haven't already, please go check it out at Seikomodsdubai. You'll see all my latest available watches, and also you can place your own order there. I've loved this build. I can't wait to see another one, and it will be really sad to let it go, but time moves on, and I'm sure I will be able to make many more of these in the future. And I'll just leave you with another shot of that gorgeous dial with that blue AR crystal sort of dancing in the light there. A real nice dress watch, you could call it a daily wearer. A little brushed, a little simpler than the DateJust style with the fluted bezel. Let me give you a quick wrist shot and a lume shot before I go. So you can see the lume glowing bright green there on the hands, the second hand, and that little pip I mentioned before on 12. On my wrist, it actually looks pretty good. I've got very large wrists, 7 3/4 inches, so far bigger than average, but as a sort of dress watch, for me, this will definitely work. The 40mm case is very versatile, and you've also got quite a low height there. Now, the strap isn't sized for me. It's sized for more an average size to give you a better idea of what the whole watch looks like, but you can see I could probably wear this as a dress watch, but I do tend to go for larger cases just because my wrists are unnaturally big. But anyway, there you have it, guys. That is the Seiko green Arabic dial, and I've loved building this, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.